السلام عليكم.
Hello everyone. We are so excited to be here. Today we got a good topic for you guys. So go ahead, come on in the room. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. We love you guys.
Did you do the relationship in those two? TikTok and
yes.
Yep, the title.
Yes. So before we get started with today's show, just want to remind you, if there's a topic that you would like for us to talk about, please drop it in the comments below, or you can email it at info@hygernetwork.com. Also, don't forget, if you want to participate in any one of our shows, so if you want to join in the conversation on Autism Monday or Violence Awareness Tuesday, please send us an email or drop your name in the comments below and say, Maya, hey, Hyger, I want to be on the show. And we will, get it going, all right?
Invite you.
Yes. So, today we are talking about relationships. #Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill ما عندنا في العربي نحن. We don't have that. بيعرفوا, they know Netflix. Chill is like relaxing. So, Netflix and chill,
No.
to translate it in Arabic, is like when you have someone that you sit with, you chill, بتقعد معاه تتونس and all of that.
Well, no, Netflix is the slogan where they, a guy hits you up in the DM and says you want to Netflix and chill, but it don't really mean Netflix and chill, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we talk about healthy relationships. Let's get into it, guys.
The first comment that we got, someone said, even the unhealthy relationship, where they're at. في تعليق جاني انه حتى العلاقات الما صحية ذاتها وينها. So الليلة حنتكلم عن العلاقات بشكل عام، العلاقات الصحية. حنركز على النرجسية, the narcissistic personality disorder.
Yes.
So,
and these disorders have, and this is going to be a series, guys. We're not just going to jump in and jump out and forget about it. This is like a really in-depth conversation that we're going to have with you guys. Valentine's Day is coming up. February, the month of love. Everybody want to be in love. Everybody want to be all cuddled up. And they want to have all this, But
unrealistic expectations.
Right. And like Hyger said last week, oh wow, if your man or woman ain't doing it for you now, come February, please don't be looking for it, okay? Yeah. Don't look for the love that you was looking for Tuesday of last week or December of last year. It's not there, okay? Just because we in February and it's Valentine's Day don't mean, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get to some real expectations. So we're going to talk about narcissism and gaslighting. Does anybody know first, what is a narcissism? What is a narcissist? What is narcissism?
Yes. Nergisia. And what is a narcissistic personality disorder?
Right.
Have you dealt with a narcissist?
Mm-hmm.
If there is anything that you can share with us here, we are expert. But
we ain't got to say no more. So, do you know what a narcissistic person is? Do you know what it is? And do you know what gaslighting means? So, we're going to wait for it to pop in the comments before we dive into today's conversation. So, let us know. Put yay or nay. Nay means I don't know.
Hey, Yara. Don't forget to share and comment and invite your friends and family.
Yes.
So, الشخصية النرجسية هي حالة مرضية مش لكن I'm gonna say it in Arabic and then Maya will say it in English, but somebody that we all have some traits of narcissism. We have traits of if you follow me, you're gonna have traits of everything. Traits of كلنا عندنا أي زول لازم يكون مهتم بروحه، إحساسه بأنه هو زول مهم في درجة طبيعية. There is a normal area, a line, a fine line between loving yourself and loving yourself. في خط صغير كده بيفرق بين إنك أنت تكون بتحب روحك وحاسة بأهميتك. Difference between loving yourself and knowing your self-worth and importance. You are important. And that line, that small fine line between loving yourself, thinking highly of yourself, and loving yourself. So the narcissist أو الشخصية النرجسية بيفتكروا إنه الدنيا دي لافة حولهم. The whole world is revolved around them, right? They have an inflation on their self-worth.
Right. Their ego is as big as Texas. That's really what she's trying to say.
Exactly. So take it.
So some characteristics, I mean, how can you tell if someone is a narcissist? All right. So exactly what Hajir just said. A sense of self-importance. And listen, we've talked about mental health and how your...
Raneem, if you want to join, I'll add you. Let me see. Raneem, send an invite. I don't know how I can add you here. Which one is this?
Oh, guess.
Guess.
So
okay. Sorry. So sorry, Raneem. Check requirements. Let's say. Sorry, guys. We're trying to invite someone to the live. She wants to talk about narcissism. So let's invite you. Ooh, I gotta figure this out, Raneem.
Raneem, can you
help us?
Can you put in a request to join? Guys, if you're not watching us on TikTok, you're missing out. If you're not watching us on Facebook, you're missing out. If you're not watching us on Instagram, you're missing out. Okay? Follow us on all of them.
Raneem, send the request to join and we will add you. Because I don't really know how I can add you here. I'll figure it out. But so number one, sense of self-importance. Number two, can only be around people who are important or special. So let's say it in Arabic.
Okay.
حجمهم مكبرين حجمهم. يعني إحساسهم بأهميتهم أكبر من الواقع. الحاجة الثانية بتلقاهم مع الناس المهمين بس. يعني بيحاولوا يتلصقوا مع ناس basically ما عندهم حاجات in common with. So that's mean trying to put their self around people that they don't even know, but they appear important.
Right. And then another one is, number 3 is arrogant. Lack of empathy. Number 4. And number 5 is...
Arrogant is فاكية في روحه, basically. Someone who is arrogant, فاكية في روحه. Somebody think that they're all that.
Right.
And it's okay to have expectation, love, and appreciation to who you are.
Right.
But you're not better than anybody else. You're better than yourself. Compete against yourself. Do stuff like that. But you said arrogant?
Arrogant. Lack of empathy.
ما عنده إحساس بالتعاطف مع الآخرين.
And they must be admired. So we all know that one person, right, who is always like, oh,
look at me,
look at this,
look at me, I'm good.
And I'm sorry, guys. I know you're gonna watch this movie. I mean, this movie.
It is a movie.
You're gonna watch this video, and y'all about to come out and roast us and be like, how do you know? Listen, we've been through trial and error, and we all know either a man or a woman who is a narcissistic person. Okay?
If you know a narcissistic person, clap your hand.
Not clap your hand.
If you know a narcissistic, clap your hand. So drop it on here. And it could be a woman or a man.
Right. Either way. So if you know somebody that's a narcissistic, just put yes in the comments.
Yep.
Everybody knows one. So when it comes to your relationship, everybody wants to be in love. Nobody wants to be alone. Well, there are people who want to be alone, but majority of people want to be in a relationship, and they will stay in toxic relationships even though they've seen the red flags before it's even started. Okay? Yeah. Because you get those red flags, you just don't want to see them. Okay?
الإشارات الحمراء. كثيرين بيشوفوا إشارات حمراء وبيقعدوا في علاقة. they stay in a relationship، بيقعدوا في علاقة عشان ما يكونوا وحيدين، في حين إنه ممكن تكون وحيد وإنت قاعد مع زول. you could be lonely and you're with someone. So being with someone, being in a relationship doesn't make you whole. You have to come into the relationship being whole. And then the other person is, you know, you basically feed off each other, you help each other. Like the post I did, كتبت عن أنا جاية بالقطر when I was taking the train back. There were two couple who were so cute, like sitting and they're confirm your age. What? So yeah, we will worry about it later. So they were like really in a good, and I was just looking at them and smiling. So when I started speaking in Arabic, answering a phone call, they start talking to me. They're like, "Oh, you speak Arabic," and like they had a good conversation with me. So when I asked them, like, I thought they were just getting in a relationship. And oh يا كريم, yes. دارين نسمع رايك يا كريم and كل الناس I joined now.
Tell her to come on Facebook. What's her name?
Raneem, can you come on Facebook or maybe Instagram and we can add you? I gotta figure out how I can add you on the TikTok. But so being in a relationship, it's not, there is no book.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't come with a manual. No one is going to tell you what's right or wrong. It's a trial and error. And everybody's different. You could fail in multiple relationships and that's okay. That doesn't mean you are bad or something is wrong with you. It just means, you know, you are maybe with the wrong, you have wrong taste of relationships, wrong taste of men, wrong taste of women.
Right.
And the right person is out there. But that doesn't mean you're going to make someone right.
Right.
So you can have someone for Valentine's Day.
Right. And that's what happens, right? We start seeing the love commercials around this time of the year, you know what I'm saying? The chocolate, the bear, you go on Walmart, they got the oversized bear. So they sell you with this with fictitious
holiday.
Right. They sell you this fictitious feeling of what love is, right? Love isn't buying an oversized bear, chocolates, and buying roses, okay? Love is going through the motions, right? Going through the battles and not the fights, but going through struggle. Like, you have to go through, in order for your relationship to grow, you got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
But we get stuck on what we see on TV and in movies, and we're like, And you know, my husband, he used to laugh all the time because he would be like, you always want what's on TV. So we have like this joke where I'm like, why don't you do that for me? Why don't you do that for me, right? But that's because that's what we're taught. But since we've been taught that, we're like desensitized to where we will settle for anybody. And look, come closer, guys. Look at me. We settle for anybody.
And that's not okay.
And we cannot settle.
That's not okay.
We cannot be gaslighted. We cannot be trying to hold on to somebody because you don't want to be alone and you don't want to feel. You don't want people to think that you ain't got nobody. Whatever the circumstances is, you got to let that go. Because you're only going to hurt yourself and end up in a domestic violence relationship or abuse of any kind, or just literally an unhealthy relationship that causes you to doubt yourself.
Yeah. So نرجع تاني للأعراض أو كيف تعرف إنه الزول اللي أنت معاه ده نرجسي مثلا. وزي ما قالت مايا في البداية، نحن حنتكلم عن العلاقات بشكل عام، healthy relationships throughout. Every Tuesday we will talk about some of it. كل يوم 3 حنتكلم عن جزء. الليلة حنركز بس على النرجسية وعلى الجاز لايدنج. So إحساس عالي بشكل غير معقول بأهمية الذات. قلنا الشعور بأنهم بيستحقوا امتيازات. يعني if you do something nice for them, they don't feel like they need to say thank you because,
oh my word,
you're supposed to do that for us. We're entitled.
Right.
Like the feeling of entitlement.
Right.
And again, this is the relationship, like a romantic relationship, but it could apply for any kind of relationship.
Friendships. Oh, you can have a narcissistic person in your life and it just be somebody that you associate yourself with.
So expectation of people to celebrate them, people to bend backwards. يعني الواحد بيكون حاسس إنه الدنيا كلها مفروض تجيف لما هو يجي أو هي تجي. الدنيا بتلف حوله. أي حاجة بيعملوها ما بكونوا شايفين إنها غلط. بعدين يا إخواننا ما بس علامة واحدة. It's not just one sign.
Right.
You have to have a lot of those characteristics to be actually a narcissist.
Right.
So when they do something, توقع الإنجازات بتاعاتهم الحاجات اللي بيعملوها بيشوفوها بشكل مضخم. يعني they will do, if they make a cup of tea, oh, this is the best cup of tea in the world. Donald Trump is your example بالمناسبة. ترامب مسمينه ديك العدة نحن الرئيس السابق ترامب very good clear cut narcissist. الشخصية النرجسية ترامب ده مفروض يكون هو الاسم بتاعه. بيقعدوا بدون ما يشتغلوا، هم ما بكون عندهم حاجة في حياتهم. يعني الواحد فيهم ممكن يكون ما شغال، they don't have a job، ما قارين، ما عندهم education, they don't have anything, but they in their brain, in their mind، في مخهم شايفين روحهم إنهم هم أحسن زول، يعني ناجحين وحياتهم دي كده مفروض الناس تحتفل بها. People supposed to celebrate their life, right? So they expect people to look at them the same way they imagine themselves. So الواحد فيهم ممكن يكون يعني ما شايف روحه. They don't know. Deep inside بيكونوا عارفين إنهم هم يعني they're not it. But they want you to make them feel like that all the time.
Right.
ولو فشلت في إنه تحسسهم بالأهمية دي, you are the one to be blamed. So لو فشلت إنك praise them, تشجعهم وتجيف وتصفق لهم, تفرش لهم, you clap your hand every time they walk in a room, you throw the red carpet. لو ما عملت الحاجات دي they turn on you. بعد ذلك بتتحول لسلوكيات عدائية. They become very violent, emotionally abusive, or physically, or verbally, or economically. They try to control.
Right.
And then they do the gaslighting.
Right.
Like, we will get to that. استغلال الآخرين للحصول على مرادهم. So they try to basically take advantage of others to get to where they want. When they're in a relationship with you, they are in this relationship because they wanted to gain something out of it.
Right.
يعني أي علاقة النرجسي بيدخلها بيكون في راسه إنه حيستفيد شنو. يعني there is no relationship because of love. You cannot change that trait. They're in it because they are going to gain something.
Right.
And at the moment that they're not going to get what they want, then you see the tantrum. Yep, go ahead.
I was going to see if you want to read they're in Arabic.
We have some comments here on Facebook. So let me see.
Starts from down here.
أنا الأوان لاختيار الأشخاص الصح في حياتنا للزمن للظروف تحتمل علاقات سامة في حياتنا. سمسمة سمية, you are on point. She said, this is the right time for us to choose the right people in our life.
Right.
There is nothing left. Like we're at the age that you cannot waste. Any day you miss, it's gone.
Right.
So you cannot be in any kind of relationship, friendship, love, family, toxic. Like toxic, it can't be just a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend.
Right.
It could be your friends. You have a narcissist friend. ممكن يكون صاحبك نرجسي. ممكن يكون صاحبتك نرجسية.
Family members.
أمك, أبوك, خالك, عمك, أخوك, whatever. Brother, sister, whatever. So it's time to clean that. Wisal, tell us, ya Wisal. I'm sure there is someone.
I think
so. Mujahid said we need more romantic information for our Sudanese gentlemen. Yes, we do. Where are my Sudanese? Where are my Sudanese friends? Come on. Sudanese men especially. So Mujahid said, as soon as this crazy war finish, we need a new country. Yes, we do. New Sudan, good etiquette, good. Okay. Thank you, Mujahid. Yes, we do. So, لو سوداني ولا غير سودانيين يعني, even if you're not Sudanese, we need to have more communication.
Yeah.
Romance. I wrote a post about have رومانسية in the Sudanese or even in general, like how we grew up. It was desert, you know,
right
in there, not in Sudan.
Yeah.
Jafaf, guli Jafaf.
I mean, it's the same here in the United States. Like a lot of people say that, you know, chivalry is dead, those types of things. So like everybody's depiction of what love is different, and unfortunately,
butterfly. A lot of people are waiting for someone to give them butterfly.
No.
So, sweetie.
Well, okay, here's the deal, y'all.
You have to give.
What you think is
feeling.
Butterflies is actually gaslighting, okay? Okay?
I thought you were going to say gas. You have...
It probably is.
Whatever you feel in your stomach.
It's probably...
It's not butterflies.
It's probably...
Maya said it's gas.
Listen.
Ghazat.
As a real person,
this
right?
is not romantic, sweetie. Sweetie. Yara said anxiety.
Yes! It could be your gut telling you something completely different.
Don't ruin our butterfly. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love, you know, I love a good relationship. I love like to watch other people happy, and you know, I watch some romantic movies and stuff like that, but don't kill that. A lot of people will sit and analyze. I do too. But at some point, we need to let like something for the imagination. So Maya and Yara are killing the romance.
I'm not killing the romance.
Maya said the butterflies are gas. And Yara said the butterflies and anxiety.
Listen guys, I'm just saying, like, I do believe that in love, okay? When I first met my husband, I actually told him that he was going to be my husband. Let me
stop you right there. Her and her husband, they were shaking, crying when they exchanged the vow. I was crying. Just watch their love and watch them. So continue. You told them he's going to be your husband?
Yeah, I went in, I don't even know. Like, I went in for an interview and for a job, and I saw him sitting down doing work, and I told his boss that was doing the hiring. I was like, oh my gosh, look at my husband over there. And Kevin looked at me like, what in the psycho world is happening here? So,
and
like,
they're interracial couple, by the way.
Yeah, so I didn't think, like, I just said it. And then I told him, like, I asked Kevin out first. I asked him, did he want to have coffee? And he was like, no, you weirdo.
We really need to talk about that for our Sudanese men and women out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask your husband or boyfriend or, you know, your significant other, did you propose first? Did you ask them out first? Or, like, if you're a woman, because it's frowned upon in Sudan. Maya asked her husband out, and he looked at her like...
He was like, oh, no. So then
if you were in Sudan, you won't be married. They'd be like, البنت الخفيفة دي. You know خفيفة? خفيفة. They're going to say, البنت الخفيفة دي, that's mean you're got no respect. You're like light as a feather.
Oh, no.
You have to sit there and wait for the man to ask you. This is a culture.
Okay.
And the men grew up to, when they look at lightweight, the men grew up to have you know, different view for a woman when a woman asks or a woman talks to you about their feeling first. So you could be in love with someone and sitting there waiting for them, twirling your finger. Is he gonna ask me out? Does he love me? And you sit there and pick on the flower.
Pick the petals off the flower.
Bunny? Bunny. Love me? No. So, like, finish your story. So she asked him.
Yeah, I asked him out. He said no. And then a year later, our job was like on strike, and he was leaving, and I was about to pull off and drive off to the wind. And I rolled down my window. I was like, Pee! I said, where you going? And he was like, oh, I'm going to this restaurant. I said, I'm coming with you. I didn't ask him. I just told him that I was coming with him. And then we went out every day. From that night, we went out every day. So we were together for 7 years before we got married.
That's another thing we need to talk about in the Sudanese community, in relationships.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
So 7 years, then we finally got married. But like, I do believe in love because I knew that I just knew that he was my person. You know, I'm like the crazy one in the relationship, and he's the calm, you know, sane one. But I knew that right away.
So, the question, did you know your person? That's for everyone out there. The first part of it, my sister Najat said, ما عندهم عقد زينا, which mean the culture here, the American culture, is not as complicated, or is it? We would like to hear from the young people who grew up here. Do you guys have like some rules on who supposed to propose first, or talk about their love and stuff?
In my faith, like the women, we do not
propose.
We do not propose. We do not initiate a relationship.
That's what I meant. Initiating a relationship.
How I grew up was your husband picks you, and that's who you're gonna be with, and so it was.
What do you mean by pick you? Arranged marriage?
No, I kind of, sort of. Okay.
Just like it's similar to Sudan.
It is. It's very similar. Like your father picks your husband type situation. So that and growing up, that's what I was taught, right? But when I saw Kevin, I don't know. I just had to. It just literally came out like vomit. Like it was just like, oh my word, my husband.
Did you just describe your proposal as vomit?
I didn't propose.
I mean,
it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. What did they say? I can't see it.
Okay. He giving us an, she told him, tell me.
Tell me, so he
divorced her and married a new woman.
I'm screaming. No, he can't go nowhere.
Yeah. So, اسمه شنو كيف يا هندي توتا حتحمر لك الجماعة ديل مايا اتكلمت مع يعني she talked to Kevin first. يلا نحنا عندنا قلت لك حيقولوا خفيفة. They're gonna say lightweight, you know, got no respect.
Like she's
all
fast
of that.
and all.
She's fast. She's thirsty. Khafifa is thirsty. Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody at work thought I was thirsty, but I proved y'all wrong. Sorry.
She married him. But, you know, to every hopeless romantic person out there, I really need to post your wedding vow. We don't do that in Sudan. The marriage is different. Like, you get married, you just come. Like, there is no looking in your person's eyes and tell them why you chose them. Yeah. I always wanted to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I really wanted to do that.
So, what do y'all do in Sudan? Y'all just walk up and say your mind?
I mean, no. Like, you talk to each other, he proposed. Like, normally the guy proposed, or some cases where women are open-minded and, you know, but they regret it back.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, after they get married. He'd be like, "Eti propose, you propose," or whatever. So anyways, when they do the agid,
Sorry.
they do the agid, which is like basically like, you know, when you go and you get your marriage license. So عقد is an Islamic way of, you know, being married legally and in an Islamic way and for the community. So you have to have witnesses. Normally, women, I mean, there is nothing in the religious says that they can't be sitting while al-aqd, but most of the time you have someone doing it on your behalf. Your uncle, your dad, your, you know, the elderly in a family will sit with the man, with the husband, elderly in his family, and they're like hold hands and they read Quran and do aqd, right? After that, you have like the reception, al-hafla, say hafla, like the party. You've been to Sudanese party. Yeah. So
the party is lit.
The party is lit.
The party is lit.
And she said Sudanese women are
they are beautiful. Kissed personally by God. And if you don't believe in God, whoever you believe in.
And الكلام ده قولي للرجال السودانيين. Tell it to all the Sudanese men who think that Sudanese women are not beautiful.
Yeah, what is wrong with you? Come closer. Get your life right. You need some new glasses, sir. Or ma'am. However you swing. Whatever.
But anyways, so they do the hafla, the party, and the bride and the groom, they come from like the salon, coiffeur, say coiffeur, a saloon, and then you just sit fil kusha in like the chairs, and that's another thing, everyone. You know what they call?
Did y'all see her eyebrows?
Did you see my eyebrows going up? Because they call the seats that the bride and the groom. You know how you have your nice, cute seats where you sit together?
Yeah.
They call it kusha. You know what kusha is? Trash. Like, kusha. Is that, if that's not romantic,
Is that
I
the
don't
start
know
of
what.
your relationship? Y'all sit on a kusha?
You sit in the kusha. So, we need to change that name.
Yes.
We need to call it something nicer.
Bed of rose petals.
So, if you're sitting in the kusha, you're going to a kusha. Ajirtik, yep. She was telling me, like the Sudanese wedding, Maya's been to Sudanese weddings, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely
It is
beautiful. But we're missing that hopeless romantic part of standing, looking at your person in the face, saying your vowels, and then saying I do's. Yeah. Maya was a hot mess. And Kevin was a hottest mess.
He was.
Yes, he was shaking. That was love. Like seriously, guys, I cried. أنا بكيت العرس كله. بكيت. Cried. The whole wedding. Their wedding, I was a hot mess. Like my makeup, good thing I didn't have mascara. I just put like a foundation and my eyeliners. So after they finish, my like I was like black coming down. I was like wiping it. Even her family, they're like, are you good? Are you good?
Are you good or are you okay?
Are you good?
Which one?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So but it was the most beautiful, touchy moment that I have like really witnessed. It was just like love and
it is, right? Yeah. But our relationships are not fairy tales. So we both have our, you know, our nicks and
good
our,
and bad.
You know, and that's really what love is working through those types of things.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody in your life who is treating you number two, we got some big problems.
You have to be number one to them. They have to be number one to you.
Yes.
The statement العبارة اللي قالتها لي البنت في القطر in the train coming here. She said we enjoy each other's company. That shut me up right away.
Yeah.
I was like, so that's the key.
Yeah.
To every relationship.
That and communication.
Like I know Maya for almost 9 years now, and we enjoy each other's company.
Yeah. And
you know, most of my friends, I just don't have good taste on relationship, romantic partner. And I will take that. I'm good at a lot of stuff, and that's part is dead in like dead. And I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to admit it. بنورك يا أميرة. So he divorced. Where? أجرتك. We sit on the dream chair. Oh, Mazen. Thank you, Mazen. He called it dream chair instead of kusha.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
I like what Mazen is going for. Moving forward, we need to eliminate kusha from our wedding vocabulary.
Yes.
Because that's starting the narcissism and the violence. And yeah, if you don't value yourself and the person, I don't know where that kusha came from, but I just don't like it. Yeah. Maya, please, can you share with us what is the American traditional wedding? Okay. All right. Maya's going to share the American traditional wedding.
Why'd you say it like that? I mean, listen, guys, I don't think my wedding was traditional.
Your wedding was beautiful.
I love you so much. I love her. It didn't turn out the way we expected it to turn out because we were expecting bad weather. But we had an outdoor wedding, and the most important for me was that my dad be there and my dad give me away, because how I grew up, if you don't have your dad's blessing, it ain't gonna work.
Okay. So the tradition start by what? Kevin talked to you, like, or you guys sat down in a normal relationship. You talk to each other and make the decision. Then you talk to your parent, right?
Actually, no. Kevin actually talked to my dad before he even proposed to me.
Okay. He got his dad. Most of the relationship, my friends, the Americans that got married, they know they love each other. Yeah. It's not like he just saw you, and went to your dad and he's like, I want this one. Right. That's not merchandise. Yep. No. Can you bag this one for me? Put her in a tin foil.
Not the tin foil. Can I get this one from Alvin?
Can I get this one? But no. So they already have a relationship.
Yeah.
And they knew each other for what, 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years before we got married.
And that's a big key. You gotta know that person. And you live together.
Yeah, we lived together for 5 years.
Okay. So she was able to see him, and he saw her waking up. Yeah. Listen,
guys, this takes work. Okay. Yeah.
And talking and doing the daily.
Right.
Like they see the struggles, everything that they have to go through when they get married. They got like a preview.
Yeah.
So it's basically.
And boy, was it a preview. Okay.
Did you fight a lot?
I mean, listen, relationships are not fairy tales and unicorns. Okay. Relationships take a lot of work, and there's a lot of compromising, and there's a lot of things that you yourself have to work on. Yeah. And I learned that, the hard way. Being raised by my father, I didn't have my mom in my life. So it's like, it's hard for me to build relationships. Yeah. And Kevin would tell you to this day, oh, Maya's clingy. Yeah. She's. And it's as Hajir. Hajir probably say I'm clingy too. No. I am, when I love you, and I'm a grab. Just like I told him, you're my husband.
Yeah, that was it. But so, after he talked to your dad, you guys set a date.
Yeah, actually we set a date 2 years afterwards. Okay. Actually, Christmas of 2022, we set a date. Shout out to Bobby and Karen, who were pressing Kevin to marry me. So we all pressured him. Just kidding.
We bullied him.
They did. But and then after that, we started planning for the wedding, and we figured out what both of us want. But it really, at the end of the day, it was really just mine and his moment. Yep. And it was great.
And that's the difference. Like, that's a huge difference. Yeah. Who was asking the question? Mazim or? That was. So the huge difference in the Sudanese wedding, we care. نور الدين في العراس السودانية الناس بتشيل هم الآخرين. You worry about the people more than you worry about the bride and the groom. Yeah. So العرسان آخر حاجة. يعني الناس بتكون عايزة تأكل show most of the time. بتهتم بإنه يكون الأكل الحفلة التفاصيل. مثلا most of the Americanized wedding or the American wedding, it's target and focused on the bride and the groom. What they want.
Yeah.
Some people want like a small wedding. Try to have that in Sudan. I mean, a lot of people do, but their family don't like it because you have to be extra. You have to invite everyone.
Oh, wow.
So in Sudanese wedding, if I say I have to invite 100 people, some people are going to be hurt.
I'm screaming.
Some people are not going to talk to you.
So it's just like an open party?
Really, Najwa. Najwa said people worry about food and how to feed everyone in a wedding.
Oh, I was hurt. I was worried as well. Because we only had a certain amount of people that we could have because it was an outdoor wedding. So, like, even an American wedding, traditional wedding, you're still going to
for the American wedding, you can say, Kevin is going to invite 100 people, I'm going to invite 100 people, and you stick with it. In Sudanese wedding, it's like, have you seen my big Greek wedding? Have you seen my big Sudanese wedding? It's like, yeah. So it's like spending money, and that always blow my mind because you will start your life broke if you paid for it. If your family paid for it, she said if you invite 100 people, get ready for having 500 extra.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yes. And it's like the cousin of the cousin will invite their friends and their family and all of that. So it's a huge difference, Nuruddin, between the American wedding and the Sudanese wedding. But I mean, today was the relationship, so I'm glad you like hearing Maya's experience. But with that being said, when you see someone and you like who they are, is it okay in your culture? Tell us where you're watching us from and what culture are you like speaking about, and is it okay if you see someone that you like to approach them in your culture and tell them, hey, I like you. Let's do a Netflix and chill.
Oh,
no, not the Netflix and chill. You don't want to say that. So that means something bad.
Yeah, if somebody says that to you, please run.
Yeah.
Please just disappear.
So, this is like basically what not to do, right?
Right.
So if someone said to you that's mean they're not looking for a serious relationship.
Right.
And how long does it take for you to know that person is your person? So if someone is dragging you for 5-10 years,
it's a no for me.
No. So if you're in a relationship, what is the appropriate time to get to know someone? That's differentiate from one person to the other.
Right.
But tell us from your experience. And if you're in a healthy relationship, healthy marriage, share your recipe with the rest of the world.
Yeah, what's the secret?
What's the secret?
Kevin and I are still working on it every day.
Yeah.
But the whole point of us talking about this is we really have to leave old habits and old stuff in 2023, okay?
Yeah.
We cannot continue to allow us as women and men to be dragged through the mud for somebody that you want to believe that they love you.
Yep.
And trust, you will never, when you meet your person, you're never going to have to ask them, do they love you?
Hey, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So, لو انت جادي والشخص الآخر جادي, if you're both serious, and when you get the right person, لما تلقى الزول المناسب, الزول اللي بيقدرك, respect you, بيحترمك, appreciate you, بيقدرك. When you find that person and you get to know them, they're not going to have a doubt in their mind what is the next step will be.
Right.
It will be basically just working it out to find the right moments.
Right.
If someone is dragging you, what are they waiting for? A woman or a man? If you propose to a lady and she keeps saying, propose next year, guess what? I'm taking that ring and I'm going to put it in a box.
I'm going to Dubai, Habibi. I'm going to Dubai, okay? If I propose to you and you say no,
I'm going to sell sell that ring and go to Dubai, Habibi.
I'm going to Dubai.
Habibi.
Habibi, I'm going to Dubai, Habibi.
So, the healthy... Yes, yeah, Najwa. Yeah, that's what she said. She said if you invite 100, you're going to find 500. And then she said people are... Which one? So, ممكن تسأل لنا معي السبب شنو إنه الراجل يقعد مع المرأة أول سنين عدة وبعد يجيبوا أولاد حتى بعد ذاك يعلنوا زواجهم. She said, why in the culture, like the American culture, why do men and women stay together for many years and then they have kids? Then they decide to get married. She said, is it something important? Is it like something necessarily to do, or it's just part of the culture?
To be honest, I think that, okay, y'all about to come for me. Come for me.
Spill the tea, Maya.
I honestly...
Come closer, everyone.
Zoom in.
Zoom in.
I honestly think that American... I'm talking about myself because I'm American. I think we lack self-control. Okay? So it's not... I don't think it's I don't think it's like a culture thing. Like to be honest... it's normal. It's normal for you to meet somebody who already has kids and then you guys get married. Okay?
No. Both of you loved each other and you moved in. You stayed in the house together, got to know each other, that pre-trial, preview window, and then you end up having kids.
Yeah.
Then you got kids and you still stayed and married until later on you marry that person. She said, is that like something necessarily to do? Like, would it enrich the relationship? No. Is it part of the culture?
I honestly think it's just a lack of self-control, to be honest. Because we want things instantly, right? And a lot of people, maybe not self-control. A lot of people they don't want commitment, or they're scared of commitment because of things that they've been through from past trauma, okay?
Do you agree with Maya? Drop your comments here.
Past trauma, people get in relationships and they haven't dealt with their trauma. So instead of committing to a relationship because they're afraid of getting hurt, they just live the life of the relationship.
Okay. So it's fear of commitment, Maya think, and fear of being hurt. And that's really normal. When you fail at anything, that is making you hesitant. You're gonna think, what if I fail again? And that's one of the reason so many men and women will stay in a relationship if they fail in a marriage and they marry for the second time or the third time. They stay longer because they don't wanna fail again,
right? And
for people to look at them and view them as maybe the problem is you, right? It could be the problem. It could be them not choosing the right person, or it could be them they are not fit for living with someone, right? But to me, from my experience with friends, a lot of people don't rush into getting married, even if they have kids. When you have kids, that you gotta seal the deal, and I don't see like that.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
Right.
A lot of people think like being in a relationship and marriage are two different things, which is not really the case, because when you marry someone, it's a relationship,
right? And
when you in a relationship with someone, it's a relationship,
right?
Unless you have internal motivation, unless you have doubts. A lot of people think the grass is greener on the other side,
right? So
they're like, let me do a free trial here on NBC, and maybe ABC will look at me, you know? So you're putting that person on hold, right? You want to say something?
Yeah, basically, as you're saying, is that why pay for the milk? Why pay for the cow? We get the milk free. That's basically what she's saying.
Okay, so دي عندنا نحن في الكالتشر. It's in our culture too. لو زي خفيفة الجبال دي, lightweight or like thirsty or whatever, this is the same thing if you commit to a relationship and you get physical, like you're allowing someone to kiss you without having the commitment. It's basically, if I can kiss that person and have a relationship, a sexual relationship with them without marriage, why would I marry them? I could have it with you, with you, with you. Some people do it because it gives them options. We are not a monogamy culture. Sen said, where do I get the cow from? Reach, buddy. Yes. So seriously, I don't know if you meant it the same way I got it. You need to get the cow. You know, the cow, whether the cow is a woman or a man, you know, you don't want to be free with the stuff, right? So when you think a lot of people, and that's why I said earlier, you have to draw a line. Yeah. You know, if someone is dragging you, if you wanted to live, and I personally think our culture will not allow women and men to live together without marriage. And it's a religious culture. To me personally, I think it is the right thing to do. But again, you will lack knowing the person. You don't see them in real life acting, doing what they need to do, right? So with that, if that's the culture and the religion are aside, if you lived with someone, how long that pre-trial, the preview should last? Like, you cannot live with someone for 17 years. Ashante, I'm talking to you. You and Nilly. Nilly, I'm seriously talking to both of you. What are you waiting for? You've been loving each other for growing up, was listening to their music. You see them together. They have a beautiful relationship. And you know what? If you don't want to marry each other, that's for you. But for me, I think if you don't want to get married at all, why are you with that person? Then call it something else. Friendship with benefit. Yeah, I can't call it love relationship.
It's not.
What do you guys think? Just drop what you think. But honestly, this is part of the maybe the unhealthy relationship.
It is.
To be dragged.
Gaslighting.
Talk about gaslighting.
And if you are with a narcissist, basically everything that we just talked about, that's exactly what it is. Having somebody gaslight you, they keep telling you that, I'm gonna do this, but you don't do this, so I'm not gonna do this. Yeah, they're trying to keep that candle lit, knowing dang well it's raining outside. Let the candle go, okay? Let it go.
I love you.
But that's gaslighting. People they're gonna tell you. I'm gonna put it like this. My dad always used to say, if you work for somebody else, they're gonna pay you just the amount of money to keep you coming back.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as a relationship.
Say it again.
If you work for a job, they're going to pay you just enough for you to keep coming back. And it's the same for a relationship. They're going to give you those flowers. They know you like to be pampered. They know you like chocolate in that oversized bear. Okay? So they're going to do that for you, even though they're treating you badly. Just yesterday, he's spitting your mashed potatoes. Let's just be real. Okay? It don't have to be that rough, but I'm just saying, like, I could treat Hajir bad today and then act like nothing happened.
Apologize tomorrow, or even not apologize.
Not even apologize. Just narcissistic people don't apologize because they think that they're right.
Yeah. And you deserve what you get.
Exactly.
That's what they think. So what Maya just said, it needs to be put on a t-shirt. Really. And say it in Arabic and English. I said say it again. So the same thing. لو انت شغال, you have a job, عندك شغلانة أو وظيفة, الوظيفة دي بيدفعوا لك كفاية عشان تقعد. They pay you enough to keep you. Just like the carrot.
Yeah, they dangle it over.
They dangle the carrot.
Y'all remember that commercial?
الجزرة. Yep. They put the carrot in front of you, and you keep running, thinking that today will be the day that I'm going to grab that carrot and, sir, sweetie, honey, nope. The carrot is going to keep going. Same way with, like, the relationship. She's saying, زي الشغل الوظيفة بيدفعوا لك بس كفاية عشان تقعد. العلاقة نفس الحكاية. الزول النرجسي the narcissist حيديك enough, they will give you enough, حيديك بس كفاية عشان ما تقعد, so you can stay and wait for more. Right. And more is never gonna come.
No.
It's gonna be just enough to keep you hanging. يدوكم بس حبة كده.
And you'll keep.
So you keep the hope alive.
Yeah, I actually watched a video earlier, right, about domestic violence. And the lady said, in the beginning, my husband was so romantic. He got me flowers. He did all these things, and then it just stopped. Listen, you're going to get those signs way before you even get married.
Yep.
Because the person's going to tell you.
I did. I ignored it. No, seriously. Yeah. But, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm bad at choosing the right person.
I mean, I wouldn't say bad.
Oh,
right?
yes, I am.
I'm screaming.
Oh, yes, I am. I'll admit, I'll be the first one to admit to my faults and mistakes, okay? Yeah. So I can be very good and successful at every other things, but my choices were sucks. Let's just put it this way. Don't sugarcoat it. Okay, continue.
I got sidetracked, but she's right. I mean, listen, admitting it, that's great. But just, guys, it's 2024. It's about self-love and self-growth, and you cannot grow if you're trying to hold on to John Doe who treats you like
bad
Jane Doe.
Yep. So, before I answer Noor ask a question, واحدة من الحاجات اللي بتشوفوها في النرجسيين, one thing you see in a narcissistic personality or a narcissist, that they are like taking advantage of others, استغلال الآخرين عشان ما يصلوا للحاجة اللي عايزينها, حسد الآخرين, not just being jealous, but despite when you see some, what is the opposite word for, like, not the opposite, like when you're jealous and then you're like really
spiteful,
hating, is spiteful, that's the word, spiteful, حسادة. So الحسد, thinking that other people are spiteful of them. My goodness, when I read this, I'm like, are they talking about the person in my head? Like it's there are classic, like Trump and the people we dealt with, classic narcissism. في وحدات يعني, I mean, signs, علامات واضحة, signs that it's like boop, hit you in your face. Literally. And you're like, what did hit me?
Ran over you.
And then you go boop, get hit again. So الحسد, feeling العجرفة, like feeling that they're better than everybody, but it's like there is a word for it. Cocky. And cocky not in a good cocky way. Cocky in a cocky cock-a-doodle rooster way. So thinking that they are like, غرور. عجرفة and غرور, like you said. So with that, they feel entitled. إحساسهم بالاستحقاق, الentitlement, استحقاق for everything good. So if there is a good spot in a house, that's their place. Yeah. A nice car. Like there's 2 cars in a house. The nicest car will be theirs. أحلى عربية, أحلى مكتب, the best place should be theirs because they deserve it. That's how they feel. That's what they think.
Or a narcissist will even make you doubt yourself, so that you are always staying at a level where they can control you. Yeah. So they'll tell you, oh, why are you wearing that? Yeah. They'll plant those small seeds. So later on in the night, you're all self-conscious about your hair, or about what you're wearing, because they've already planted the seed. And most relationships, like, you don't know, a verbal abusive relationship doesn't have to be somebody like
calling you names.
Right. It doesn't have to be that. It could be them just saying, oh,
you gain weight. Are you fat?
Or why is your hair
Why is your hair bad?
Why do you do your hair like that?
See, my hair is like a mess in the bottom, a neat cut. Like, really seriously. Screaming. So I say that's me. Right. But if someone is like criticizing you all the time.
Yes. A narcissist will plant those types of seeds so that you can stay where they can control you. Yeah. Because then they'll turn around the next breath, oh, you look so beautiful. And you're like,
oh, you compliment me. Exactly. And then they'll be like, you look beautiful, but what?
But
Always come the but.
Yep.
Oh, you look beautiful, but if you change your clothes, or maybe if you put your hair this way, or you do this. So simple, subtle things. It doesn't have to be like, you're ugly, you're stupid. Some of them still do that.
Yes.
But at the same time, them feeling superior and doing all of that, they still would not expect or accept you criticizing them.
Right.
So النقد, if you come and make the same comment and say, change your shirt or whatever, their reaction is out of this world.
Yeah.
So بيحصل غضب كبير جدا. They get like really not angry, but angry.
Right. Furious.
So furious. غضبان. بيكونوا غضبانين. And then they don't have patience.
Right.
So that will lead to either someone putting hand on you, hitting you, calling you names, spitting on you, doing any kind of abuse, because they felt like they have a right because you said something, or discussed with them, or criticized them, or even just said your opinion and that they don't agree with it. So if that is the case, then you need to run.
Right.
Getting mad at others, feeling that they need to put people down. And you will see that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to find a narcissist who celebrates others.
Right.
Like, if you see someone and you're like,
say it again. Say it again.
You're not going to see a narcissist that celebrates others.
Yeah.
So if you see someone and you're like, oh, they have some of the traits, but he or she's someone that always support others, supports you, or say nice things, not just for show, but like doing it, actually being there, helpful, you know, just like not making people feel bad.
Yeah.
And you can actually tell if you see someone who always feel they have to criticize others in order for them to feel good about themselves, that's the narcissist.
Yeah.
الشخص اللي بيحاول يقلل من قيمة الآخرين، يحسسهم بأنهم هم أقل منه عشان ما هو ولا هي يحسوا إنهم هم ناس كويسين. ده زول ما narcissist, right? So that one of the signs that you need to look and pay attention to. Having trouble with their emotions, their actions, everything they do. So عواطفهم, سلوكياتهم, everything they, like how they carry themselves is a problem. Go ahead, Maya.
And listen, it's 2024. We can't have it anymore. You know, there has to be, like Hajir said last week, when is there going to be accountability, right?
Yeah.
And the first step of holding people accountable is for us to be aware of what a narcissist is, what is gaslighting, and how is it affecting you and your friendships, your relationships, and your marriages.
Yeah.
Because it might start off something as simple as him or her saying, oh, I don't like what you're wearing or your hair, and then goes down a slippery slope, and then you end up in a domestic violence relationship.
Yep.
And to where...
Or a miserable, just being miserable.
Just being miserable,
like, not unhealthy. And that's the whole point of this life. So, you will see them being sahbu. They run away from any confrontation and thinks that they know that they're going to fail at.
Yeah, or
so
they'll flip it on you.
Flip it on you. It's because of you.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
You got me mad.
انت السبب.
You got me mad. That's why this is why this happened to me.
Yeah.
That's a narcissist.
ضربتك عشان انت عملت كده. I hit you because you did this. Or I talked to you this way because you pushed me. When you hear someone always say, لما تسمع زول طوالي إجابته لسلوكه الغلط إنه أنت السبب. So not being accountable for their action.
Right.
Putting the blame, on you all the time or someone. So they're never going to take accountability.
Right.
They're never going to say, I'm
This
sorry,
was my
I
fault.
made a mistake, or it's my fault. It's always either the wind was blowing, my boss is mean, my co-worker are bad. So basically, everyone is wrong.
Right.
And they're always right.
Right.
That's a red flag.
If that ain't a red flag,
That's a
redder
big
than a red.
إشارة حمراء, red flag for you. الشعور بالاكتئاب. So feeling depressed and their mood is swinging. You don't know who you're waking up to.
Yeah.
طب تصحى الصباح ما عارف انت حتصحى مع علي ولا عبد الله ولا one of their personality, واحدة من شخصياتهم. Are you waking up to John, Ali, or
who is it today?
Or Salma or Maya?
Like I
you
said,
don't know.
Like I said before the live, is really having somebody to wake up to on the other side of that pillow worth it? Like that's a question
Say
that
it again.
you really have to ask.
Say that question again.
Is
it worth it?
Yeah, is it worth it to have somebody on the other pillow
that
waking
you don't
up
know?
You don't know them.
We don't know who they're gonna wake up and
who they're gonna be.
Who they're gonna be?
And
Are they gonna be the nice one?
Listen.
The mad one, the depressed, moody one.
You're gonna get these signs.
Yep.
Look at me. Not in this eye. No, not in this one. This one. Okay. You're gonna get these signs, and it's gonna be up to you to make a decision if you're gonna live with it or not.
And we have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna answer Noor her first question. She said if there is help, I believe. She said هل في علاج للأشخاص النرجسيين؟ نورة. She said if there is treatment for a narcissist or narcissistic personality disorder. Maya is smiling. Start, Maya. I'm going to say it in Arabic. Maya's going to say it in English. Or we'll say both.
I don't think that there's like a medical treatment for it. I believe that a narcissist is always going to feel that they're right, and they wouldn't even take any treatment because they believe that they're right all the time. You have to let go of it. Therapy sometimes help, but it doesn't really help. We're not trying to be the Debbie Downers.
Right.
Our faces have off here.
Sorry.
You're not like we're not trying to be the bearer of the bad news, but normally أي شخص عنده نرجسية, any person who is a narcissist, they're not going to admit. The first step, الخطوة الأولى, first step, خطوة الأولى لأي علاج the first step in any treatment is what? Acknowledging. اعترافك أو اعترافك بأنه في مشكلة أصلا. هي دي أول خطوة للعلاج. ما في نرجسي حيعترف إنه عنده مشكلة أصلا. So the narcissist, what I just said in Arabic, narcissists are not going to admit that they have a problem because it's always the world's fault. Yeah. It's never their fault. And you trying to talk to them and tell them that they're a narcissist is like going to the grocery store and talking to a loaf of bread and saying you're an apple. Just saying. And it's not gonna change. So to talk to a narcissist and tell them, hey, you're a narcissist, they're not gonna be like, oh, thank you for letting me. I'm gonna get treated. No. So it's not that easy. ما حيرغبوا في المعالجة, ما حيرغبوا في إنه في شخص ذاته يقول لهم, لأنه دي ما جزء من حياتهم. It's not part of who they are, the characteristic that they wanna, the persona that they wanna show. So for them to admit that there is a fault, that's not part of their personality. So Noura, I'm sorry, there is no help except if someone knows, like say for example, you watch this live and you said, I truly hope if you have any characteristic of that, you can say, I need help. Right. Because that means you're not too bad. You're not to the point that you don't see fault in yourself. But part of the treatment that they could get, it won't be for the narcissism. ما بتكون علاج للنرجسية, لكن بيكون علاج لاكتئاب مثلا, or a side effect. It will be depression, treatment for depression, treatment for addiction. If that narcissist is someone who's addicted, for example, لو زول مدمن ممكن يحصل علاج للإدمان. لو مكتئب ممكن يكون في علاج للاكتئاب, أو أي مشكلة تانية عندها علاقة بالصحة العقلية. Any problem that affect their mental wellness or mental health, they can get help for that, and that might like really make the symptoms a little bit better. But there is no cure or treatment for narcissism. Right, that person's gonna want to have to change for them. for themselves first in order for you as a partner, as a friend, or anything like that, for you to even see the growth out of that. And to be honest, like Hajir said, we are at the time period in our lives, you really have to think, do you really want to wait for this?
Yep.
Because you're still going to be hurting yourself in the process. They're not just going to wake up and say, I'm not a narcissist no more, I'm better.
They're not going to change. And if you want to change, I am not a rehabilitation. I'm not a rehab. You can help someone if you love them and if they're just addicted or they're going through a phase. And if you did everything and they're willing to change, you can stick with them and try to help.
Right.
If they're not abusing you, if they're not doing something to jeopardize your life.
Right.
But if you're staying in the relationship and you're not feeling safe, you're not happy every day, and that person is not seeing, they don't see it, they don't acknowledge it, ولا بيتكلموا عنها ولا حيتغيروا. Staying in that circumstances أو في العلاقة, this relationship, it just means you are adding more issues to your already messed up situation. So anyways, for everyone who's watching us, if you have some of those traits, I hope you ask for help, because if you show willingness to change and be treated, that means there is hope,
right? And
that means you can be better for yourself and better for the people around you. If you know someone who's a narcissist, لو بتعرفوا زول عنده الكاركتر او الحاجات اللي ذكرناها دي نرجسي، اتكلموا معاهم، ما حيقبل كلامك. They're not gonna accept what you say, but you cannot keep supporting them, right? And keeping it as he's somebody else's problem. I'm not gonna worry about it, because that person is going to be someone who might not be able to protect themselves.
Right.
So speak up. That's all we need to do. There is no reason, like العلم لحد هسه ما وصل لانه في سبب محدد لانه شخص يكون عنده نرجسية. So what I was just saying in Arabic, there is no like reason that the scientist or the science just came out and say you will have a narcissistic personality because you ate lettuce.
Right.
No, there is nothing. So it's probably their surrounding. It says
it's how they grew up.
Nurture.
It's what they've experienced.
Their relationship with their mom, dad, علاقتهم بأمهم, أبوهم, والناس اللي في أسرتهم, البيئة اللي حولهم, the nurture, the environment. Maybe someone who's been criticized a lot, بينتقدوا فيه الناس كتير, وصلته لمرحلة زي دي. جينات, وراثة, it's genetic. So if you have someone in your family who's narcissist, you will, I can't say definitely, but you will have that trait on you.
Right.
How much, what is the degree, that TBD, to be determined. So there is something they call البيولوجية العصبية, or there is something in your biology, which is between your brain basically and your behavior, suluk, and your thoughts and thinking could lead up to that, but there is nothing that is like definite about it.
Right.
Some of the side effects or some of the things that any narcissist, واحدة من الحاجات اللي بتكون متعبة للزول النرجسي والزول اللي حول العلاقة مع النرجسي, somebody's in a relationship with a narcissist ولا هو يعني a narcissist himself. Some of the issues are trouble having and keeping and maintaining a relationship. So صعوبات في إنه يكونوا علاقات ويواصلوا في العلاقات دي. They're gonna have trouble maintaining a relationship and being in a relationship, right? They're gonna face trouble at work and school. So حيكون عندهم مشكلات في الدراسة والعمل. They are going to face اكتئاب وقلق. So they're gonna be worried and depressed and having all those kind of emotions, right? Then they will have multiple personality disorder, or just like okay, what is the اضطرابات? This like some forms of disorder, personality disorders, they will have that. Then they will have some issue with the food, eating, فقدان الشهية، يعني حيكون عندهم مشكلة في الأكل برضو. Losing appetite. Oh, we need that so we can lose weight. Be a narcissist to lose weight. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. Then they will have trouble in their health and their body. مشكلة في الصحة والجسد بتاعهم. Most of narcissists, you will find them addicted to drugs, alcohol, or some form of being drugged. So إدمان المخدرات وإدمان الكحول دي واحدة من العلامات اللي بتلقى إنه النارسيسست أو الزول الشخصية النرجسية عندهم مشكلة فيها، بيكونوا مدمنين وحريصين إنه يكونوا مدمنين. They think about ending their life, committing suicide. So يفكروا في الانتحار. دي برضه part أو جزء من الشخصية النرجسية. So prevention. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm gonna stop after this and let you.
Oh no, you're good.
So prevention or وقاية. Say وقاية.
وقاية.
الحماية أو الوقاية. prevention, right? So because of the personality issue with anyone who is narcissist or someone is dealing with a narcissist, they're not gonna ask for treatment like we said. What they need to prevent like consequences or complications. They need to find treatment fast once they accept it. Or you leave them. That's the answer. So لو انت في علاقة او انت في علاقة مع شخصية نرجسية ممكن يتخلصوا من الحاجة دي لو هم عرفوا المشكلة وين ومشوا طلبوا المعالجة. If they ask for treatment. لو ما طلبوا معالجة, if they don't agree or ask for treatment and they want to continue doing what they do, run. I keep telling you to run all the time. After you finish listening to me, you can run a marathon and you're going to be 10 pounds lighter. So run. لو رفضوا إنهم يتغيروا, رفضوا العلاج, run. When they decide to get the treatment, لما يقرروا إنهم عايزين يتعالجوا, do it as a family.
Right.
اعملوها كأسرة. You have to sit with a therapist. Nothing wrong with having therapy. كأسرة, you need to learn as a family. You need to learn طرق العلاج أو الوقاية, how to protect yourself. So you need to learn how you can treat the other person and how you personally can treat yourself from that trauma, whatever it is, how long it was, right? So you need to sit and take classes, and that truly require a lot of work. So being in a relationship with a narcissist or someone who is like not showing healthy traits is a work. The question would be how much you love this person to stick around and be their doctor, mother, wife, sister, daughter, therapist. For me personally, you have to be really worth it.
Yeah, I would say you have to. The other question you would have is how much do you love yourself? Because you sticking around and you know that this person is a narcissist and they make these bad decisions and they make you feel like you're responsible for these, that's only going to hurt you, and then you're only going to doubt yourself. So when you want to grow in your self growth, you want to start a business, you want to do this, you want to do that, you're always going to have that cloud hanging over your shoulder, which is that narcissist who's going to make you doubt yourself. So the question really is, how much do you love yourself to either let go or to hold on?
If you love something, let them go.
And if you, I mean, that's true. If it's meant for you, it'll come back. It'll come back for you. But don't waste your life. Life is too short. Life is too short. At any moment, you can be gone. Yeah. It's too short for you to waste your time on people who won't put in as much energy as you do in the relationship.
Breach.
So
You gotta be equal.
it has to be
You have
equal.
to want it.
Yes.
And you have to want the relationship, and the other person have to want it the same level, or it's gonna be like, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, and it took a while, like even for myself and my husband, like it took us a while for. I always felt like I loved him more than him, like I loved him more than he
Nothing
loved
wrong with
me.
that.
You know, I always felt like it was like lopsided, and it probably was at first because I did, as he would say, stalk him, but I didn't stalk him. But like there has to be a balance, and when you guys come to an agreement on being in a relationship, especially if you have children, okay, you are teaching children. This person who keeps hurting me and makes me cry every day.
Yeah.
What are you teaching your children? So really think about the decisions that you are choosing for yourself and for your family.
Yeah.
Because you come first.
Yeah.
You gotta live your life. You gotta go to work. You gotta carry the baggage. You gotta carry the trauma. What is best for you? And just like Hajir said, let it go.
Setting as an example too, not just for yourself, but if you have kids in the process, what are you doing? You know, there is a lot of people will say, I'm staying for my kids.
Yeah.
Sweetie, honey,
right,
leave for your kids.
Yeah.
So if it's bad. But anyways, if you just joined us, when we finish, go back and listen. This is a very good conversation on a topic, and we're not tooting our own horn, but it's a one-stop shop. We give you everything. Yeah, no, seriously, like it's a whole, it's a complete picture. You cannot take something and like, you know, separate it from the other part. When you talk about mental health, you got to talk about physical health. Then you got to talk about, you know, loving yourself and treating yourself right. Thinking of the whole thing. For you to reach the maximum potentials, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have to start building. Right. You know, that until to get to the self-actualization, you got to go through feeling safe at home, feeling loved, respected, feeling appreciated, valued, not having someone who's adding more work to your life, but adding, you gotta have someone who's equally invested in the relationship. So go ahead.
I'm gonna tell y'all what my dad told me. You want a help mate, not a hurt mate.
Exactly. محتاجين زول يساعدكم, help mate, شخص يساعدك, ما شخص يجرحك or treat you bad. Hurt, جرحة. So you need a health mate, not a hurt mate. Hurt mate. You don't need that. So if you don't take care of this and you keep having hurt mates, you're never gonna get to the level of the love.
And then when you do get it, you're not going to know what to do with it because
some people don't know.
You've let all this trauma, you've allowed yourself to stay in a bad, unhealthy relationship that's full of trauma. Yeah. And now that it's gone, it's going to be hard for you to accept something that is real and honest.
You're being treated bad all your life. You heard that you're not worthy, you're not beautiful, you're not smart, you're not this, you're not that. So when you hear the opposite, when you hear someone giving you compliment, you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, stop it.
And I get that when I always treat people good, right? And Maya's there, and she will hear some people saying, are you real? Like, what is the catch? Yeah. I get that a lot, and we're actually gonna do a whole live. We did a video.
We did a video,
But we're going to do a whole life about that. Like, honestly, I'm not saying that for you guys to think, oh, she's good. And no, when, like, a lot of people don't take my kindness as it is, like, just being kind, right? They're like, what is the catch? That's
or
me.
Or they question your motive.
They question my motive.
Why?
Why are you doing this? Why are you being so nice to me? That, to me, is someone who is hurting. Someone who never got someone to tell them they love them or treat them good. So what kind of life did you have at your own home that your family provided for you, they did not nurture you emotionally. They didn't tell you they love you. They didn't tell you you're beautiful, you're smart, you're worthy. So you didn't grow up, or you grew up hearing that, but then you married to a narcissist or someone, abuser, who put you down, make you doubt your self-esteem. And the longer you stay in a toxic relationship, the longer you're going to lose sight of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, this is not something... Yep, this gotta be on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But no, like seriously, you the longer you stay in a toxic relationship, you are not gonna know, you know, what is good. You're gonna think of, because the narcissist is putting you in a cycle, right? Just like domestic violence. You are in a cycle, you know, good, hearing good stuff, the honeymoon phase, and then going into the tension, the abuse, and then repeat.
Right.
So when someone treats you good, you're automatically expecting. Just like when someone hits you, right? If I came to you, flinch. And that's one of the things that we teach when it comes to domestic violence, awareness and knowing the signs. If you don't know that person is going through a struggle or they've been abused before, even with kids, you know, when you have a child who's like, you know, flinching every time you come close to them, this is not a practice that people do normally.
Right.
So if someone show this sign, that's mean it happened to them before.
Right.
So to me, when someone tell me, I am too good to be true, what is the catch? To me is like, who you been associated with? Like,
and unfortunately, you know, there are people in the world who are never going to get to know a Hajir or a Maya or anybody that's watching. There's going to be somebody who's never going to come in contact with that genuine love and care. And I
have no interior motivation. Maya knows that, but a lot of people question, like, when you do something nice to them.
I just said I don't. But
I don't.
People do question, unfortunately. And there's people who are never going to experience that. So if you have a friend in your life, or sister, whoever, family member, like, and you see that they're in a toxic relationship, say something.
Help them.
Help them.
Yeah.
Tell them, listen, I know you see the signs. What can I do to help? Because it's going to start off mild. You're in that honeymoon phase. It's going to start off all sweet. Something's going to happen.
But a lot of people don't accept you butting in their relationship and talking.
Yeah.
Don't let that like, don't come and say, you know what, get out. Like, you got to know the person. Right. Because every circumstances is different. Right. They might be working on something. But just give your advice. If they ask you for advice, or direct them. Do like send them links to watch the show here, or go listen to this or that, so they can hear it and
let us tell them
and maybe realize. But anyways, there's comments or what you were saying. No. Anyway, thank you guys for being with us, spending another day. Thank you for loving, liking, sharing, subscribing, inviting your friends and family. Keep up the good job. Keep sending us questions. Yes. Sending us topic that you want us to discuss. And we are here every day, Monday through Friday. Yes. At 1:30. If there is any change, we will let you know. So just keep following the page and we will post something if there is a difference. Right. Or you could have spent your time doing anything and you decided to be with us. And we thank you for that.
My heart's never working.
And sending you hearts.
Do they work?
Maya's heart. You gotta put it up like that.
It is.
So we're giving you hearts. Oh, Maya's happy. She got hearts. She got hearts. She sends you all hearts. So we love you guys. Be the change that you want to see in the world. This is not just the Hajir Network logo. Be the change you want to see in the world. So be the change you want to see in the world. And you're going to see us ending this live soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And if you're watching the replay, drop your name or drop a comment below and say hi. We'll see you tomorrow.
And